Namaste, gods, goddesses, and emissaries of light. This is Dr. Shreya Tayana Rimathea. And if you are new to my channel, please like, subscribe, and do not forget to hit that notification bell so you can be updated on my latest and my current videos. Welcome, 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 everyone. Oh my God, you guys, we are fast shifting into this new cycle of energy for the new world. Um, my dreams are becoming more vivid, and I've been getting download after download after download, so many downloads that I don't even think that I can record enough to get them all out. So I've been writing and recording, you guys. I've been writing my downloads down. I've been recording my downloads. Oh my God, this has never happened, but there's a first time for everything, right? So last night I had a dream. My stepfather who raised me was in the dream. And it's so weird. And this is how I know time doesn't exist. But my eldest firstborn son was in the dream, but he was only 8. By now, he would have been 30 years old. But anyway, back to my dream. My dad called me and told me to meet him at a specific place. It was like a small city outside of Indianapolis. And it was on New Year's Day. It's crazy because guess what? New Year's is already passed. And so I said, okay, but we were supposed to get some type of storm or whatever. And the storm had already came, and I was calling my dad's phone trying to get in contact with him to let him know that I was going to hold off on driving to that small city to come pick up my son. And I woke up, and I'm like, what are dreams really? Like I just started channeling it, and so I'm just going to share some things with you that um, it's just my perspective. I don't pretend to act like I know it all or that I know everything, but I can tell you, um, so far I've been right. So it's whatever you resonate with, take what you resonate with, and what you don't resonate with, I'm not going to try to force feed you anything. I'm just here to, I'm a gatekeeper, and my job is to present knowledge to you. It's up to you to deem it fiction or fact. So when we go to sleep at night, we go into a non physical realm, okay? This realm is multi-dimensional. You are multi-dimensional. And we take into this non existent realm of reality our consciousness. So the consciousness leaves the body. So, in generalities and layman terms, just so you can understand what I'm saying, we die. And then we ex- excavate from the body and we travel to other dimensions, to other realms, and sometimes other universes. We don't always stay in the same universe either because we're not um, bogged down and confined to the laws of nature when we're moving in our spiritual body and when we are our spiritual selves. Now, one thing that I find very interesting as a all lives regressionist is that the subconscious mind seems to control everything when it comes to um, the soul, the body, and all those things. One second. My daughter loves this little baby dog that we have. So anyway, um, where was I? It, I am recording, and I just told you I'm recording. And it's not a perfect time. It's not a perfect time for you. It's not funny. children. Anyway, anyhow, as I was saying, we are multidimensional beings, just like as if when you are physically in your body and you're physically at home and company comes over and they are there at your home, energetic threads are being made and your actual house becomes an energetic house instead of the physical house. And so there's an energetic house that is formed. That is the reason why sometimes when you go to sleep, you may have people in your home with you, but have you always noticed that it's your home, but it looks slightly different from your awakened state home that's in the physical? But in your dream, it's your home. That's because energetically, when you put thought forms and things like that together, it changes the perspective. And that's the reason why your homes may vary and may not look to the T how your home would normally look in real life, if that makes sense. Comment in the comment section if you've experienced this before, if you've had a dream that you were at home, but it did not look like the physical home that you're in. And I will elaborate on that at the end of this video. I would explain more about that. Actually, you know what? Let me do it now so I'm not jumping all over the place. The reason why, as I said, is that collectively we put our thoughts together, and when they are formed together, the energetic signatures transform the reality, if that makes sense. Yeah. So that's why that happens. Or you could be driving in your car, but it won't be the car that you own that is in your real awakened state. It'll be another vehicle. And another reason why, too, you guys, is because we are multidimensional beings and we are living out multiple lives. We have other lives in other dimensions. We have other children that we take care and tend to in other dimensions, other husbands. Yeah. Or no husband at all. You see what I'm saying? Because remember, our dreams is really what the subconscious mind is pushing out and what the subconscious mind wants us to know, want us to use for spiritual development and evolution of the soul, if that makes sense. Okay. The reason for why we dream, if you missed my podcast or if you missed my YouTube video, um I am trying to think of the name of it. It was two videos before this one. Okay. And it's because the body is all about balance of the elements. All right. Sorry, dropped my phone. Actually, let me put it somewhere stable. There we go. I hope you guys can still hear me. So the subconscious mind is kind of like the captain of the ship, and it also is what I use in my practice when I take my clients on a somnambulistic state. And it works together with your spiritual team, your angels, your guides, your ancestors to take you on the most important events in your life or in your past lives. um, I like the subconscious mind. I really don't believe, and don't quote me on this, and don't say Dr. Tyan said this. Do not. This is not the Bible, honey. But I really believe that the subconscious mind, there's no difference between the subconscious mind and our higher selves. That's my belief because When I channel my subconscious mind and I channel my higher self, it's the same energy that I get. That's just me. Anyway, anyhow, dreams. The reason why is because we are multi-dimensional beings, and our job is to master the elements, master water, wind, fire, earth. Okay, and we know that earth is all of the elements. Okay, earth is water, earth is wind, earth is fire. So with all of that being said, sometimes when we go to sleep, we need to unwind. And unwinding is like winding down. That means unwinding, letting all that air out. Okay. Air is associated with our emotions, excuse me, not our emotions, but our thoughts and what we think. How many of you have a race in mind before you go to sleep at night? This is the reason why you need to settle down and calm the mind, because the mind can just be scattered brain everywhere. It could be at the office, you left work and you're still at the office thinking about a paper that you forgot that you had to fill out, or maybe a client that you forgot that you needed to call back and you didn't get a chance to call back. And so you're going to put a mental note in your mind. When you get in the office, the first thing you're going to do is remember to call that client at the time that you said you were going to call the client, etc. So again, this is the reason why we need to have sleep is so we can shut down our monkey mind. Okay. It's an old saying, and it's in the Bible, that out of body present with the Lord. And I believe that's in Second Thessalonians. Don't quote me on that one either, because it's been a long time since I opened the Bible, but y'all find it. And if I get to it before you guys, I'll put it in the comment section. But anyway, when we are asleep, we are absent from the body, and many of us go back home. Home is where we were before we incarnated on this earth, and we were with spirit. We was with God. Okay. Now some of us weren't. Some of us incarnated on other planets. Some of us incarnated on other universes. But whatever the case is, what is the case shall be. You weren't here. You had a pre-existent human experience before you came here. Before you ever thought about incarnating here. Okay. So dreams is to help us to release excessive energy from the body, to calm down. It's a way of us grounding here on the earth, staying grounded. It's a way for us to connect back with spirit, because trust me, there's so many of us that miss being in the presence of God or the Lord, that we literally start to get sick, we literally start to get depressed, we literally start just going through separation anxiety. Spiritual separation anxiety is real because we live for the Lord, we live for God, we breathe for God, everything we do for God. Everything we think about, we always have God in mind. There's many of us like that. I'm one of them. Okay. And I remember a long time ago, one of my husbands was like, "You're just you're just goody two shoes, too goody two shoes. You think you're perfect." No, I don't. I just know my purpose, and I'm not about to play around because this is my last go round on this earth, and I'm not playing around with you fools. Y'all can repeat if you want to, and when I'm saying you fools, I'm speaking in generalities. I'm not talking about you guys. He was included in on the fools that I was talking about. Okay, so I'm not playing around with you. I came here and I comprehended and I totally figured out the assignment. I know as much as I need to know. Okay. And another thing is, I feel that psychics really benefit from dreams more so than anybody, because one, we do the psychic journaling, we do the psychic recordings, we do the dream recordings. All of this is connected to our shadow work and our evolution of our souls. So God knew that we, especially psychics, because we're always thinking ahead, we're always thinking about the future, whether it's 2 days from now, whether it's 2 years from now. That gives us a mental break when we go to sleep. We need that mental break, however long it is, you know. I function off of 2 to 3 hours a night, sometimes less than that. Sometimes I only get 1 hour of sleep. And it don't even affect my physical health or what I do physically the next day because I don't feel tired. I don't feel overwhelmed. I don't feel any type of way because of where I am in my ascension. I've been studying various books on dreaming lately, and it's really interesting how people have different concepts, but no one has said what I've said. No one has said, besides one person, and that's my master teacher, and it don't even surprise me she said that. That when we leave our bodies, we go back to God. Some of us go back to God, and many of us have other assignments on the other spiritual realms and the planes where we go to master schools and we're being taught by the angels. Okay, currently I'm in a master school and a master class right now, and I'm getting tons and tons of downloads, and I know that's where it's coming from. It's coming, downloads. Don't just think that downloads are just floating in the cosmos. No, these are specific codes that are geared towards your ascension that you need. Kind of like going to the gas station. You're never going to pull up to a gas pump and you didn't pay for the gas. That's the same way when it comes to our ascension codes. We're going to get the right ascension codes at the right time because our higher self is going to make sure, God's going to make sure. And just to let you guys know, God, the universe is all one. It's not separate. So when you say thank you, universe, or thank you, God, for those that don't want to use the word God, it's the same thing. All it is energy. God is energy. We just like, as humans, to overcomplicate everything, every single thing, every chance that we can get. Okay. My channel in specific right now is not geared towards divine feminine or divine masculine. It is geared towards the collective. And I don't know when God is going to tell me to do a recording for the collective. I don't know if the collective is ready because where God is in this cycle of things is for everyone to be in their autonomy. And it's not looking like people are there yet. So whenever I get the green light, you already know I'm going to go ahead and do so. I will never withhold anything back from you guys, but God is focused on our autonomous body because we're autonomous beings. And it's all about Godship right now. It's all about us not being dependent on a twin flame relationship, but more focused on our relationship with the divine, the beloved, the real true love of our lives is God, right? So once we have formed a marriage, the three have become one, that's when things are going to be circumvented in our physical lives to match our spiritual lives because our spiritual lives are already on point. Just like for some of you that have been dreaming about winning the lottery or, dreaming about that romance, that whirlwind romance that people say that don't exist, but you know in your heart as a hopeless romantic. I'm talking about myself. You know it exists because you know that God will not put a desire in your heart that God was not willing to fulfill. There is going to be someone that's going to love you beyond your wildest dreams and beyond your imagination because that's exactly what Sierra got with Russell Wilson. It's true. There are people, even though they're imperfect people, that have perfect marriages, that live happy lives, that are living the lives of their dreams. And this is the reason why I wanted to talk to you about dreams. Dreams are real. Okay. My grandmother had 5 kids. Uh, three, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 kids that she pushed out for my grandfather. My grandfather was very toxic. I'm just gonna say that they were twin flames. He mistreated her. My grandmother wanted to marry a rich man, so she married a millionaire. True story, y'all. She left one day. She told my grandfather that she was gonna go to the store, pick up some bread and some dish soap, and never came back. All her kids was grown by then. I think my auntie was a teenager. She was like 17 and a half or whatever. Um, and she was like the second to the youngest. And she married, even though she was married to my not my stepfather, to my granddad. She married the man of her dreams. She was not going to let her 3D reality stop her. She didn't care about man's law, about not being able to have more than one husband. She had 2 husbands, and there was nothing they did about it because they didn't know. Obviously, they didn't know about it because she didn't marry him. She didn't marry my granddaddy in Indiana. She married my granddaddy in Tennessee. So when she went to go get the marriage certificate to marry her millionaire husband and to get his last name, wasn't nothing on record. She was able to do it. Now you probably couldn't get away with anything like that in this day and age and technology, but my point is she fulfilled her dreams. She did not let nothing stop her. My grandmother was not light skinned. My grandmother was dark. She has roots from Africa, Ghana. Okay. Dark, beautiful woman. I've always thought my grandmother was beautiful. Okay. Midnight black. And she did this in the early 80s. You know, it really wasn't, you know, how can I say this? It wasn't an advantage for a darker woman in those times, and even times earlier than that. So for her to have it in her mind and have a strong mind that that's what she was going to do, she did it. Lets me know you can do anything. My grandmother was a Scorpio. So what does that tell you? Scorpios have a different type of motivation. Even though, all water signs tend to get a bad rap of being emotional, Scorpios are the more fixed signs. They're the more stable of the water signs. And they're not dreamy like Pisces. They're more of a go getter, that go getter energy, if you know what I'm saying. And they make things happen. They make a way out of no way. Because I've seen that woman, I don't know how she has had did this, but I've seen her feed over 20 people. Literally so many times I can't even count. Everyone in the house had a plate. If you were over her house and she was cooking, you had a plate in your hand. And I just don't know how she did the things that she did because she was just so resourceful and nothing stopped her. She was a nurse, okay? I don't know who put my grandma through school. I know my granddaddy was a painter and he worked for himself and he made pretty good money, so maybe he did. But all of her dreams came true. I know she dreamed about it before it came into her physical reality. And most of the things, have you ever had a situation? I know I've had this more than once, where you was looking for an answer in the 3D. But the answer was so simple when it came to you when you was asleep in a dream. And you woke up and you was like, is that it? Like this whole time I've made this very hard for myself. I've been going out of my way trying to find the answers. I done paid for psychics, I done got psychic readings. I've been trying to channel this stuff myself. And I kind of got like little hints and pieces and synchronicities, but nothing so profound as I had in this dream. And every time that you've been dreaming here lately, since 2024 has been here, the dreams have been more vivid. Even for some of you that have not been having dreams, you guys are starting to dream now. And the more that you dream, you guys, the more vivid the dreams are going to become. That's because we have entered into the era of revelation now. The Aquarian age is the age of revelation. Piscean age was the age of I know. That means that you knew certain things that other people didn't know. But now everybody is starting to see the veil is becoming thin. Now everybody, even those that are unawakened, are starting to come out of their slumber and they're starting to see and they're starting to have dreams. They're starting to look for books for knowledge, hidden knowledge that's been hidden from them, and they know down to the core of their being, to the depth of their souls, that information has been withheld or withheld from them. What a wonderful time to be alive, guys, because we can truly make our own reality. I don't know why my videos have been getting deleted from YouTube. I'm not even gonna care about it because if the divine tells me to upload something and it gets deleted, all I'm gonna do is re-upload it. Nothing can stop what God has in store. I used to worry about that a long time ago when I was not as awakened as I am now. I was like, well, what if they don't like me? Or what if they take my videos down? What if they start harassing me? Listen, there there is, from the time you were born, you've had a target on your back. I'm just gonna say it like that. And they knew who I was before I knew who the hell I was. So why am I worried about what I'm doing? They know what my purpose is, just like I know what my purpose is. Just like Kanye knew XX Temptation, Lisa Left Eye Lopez, Dr. Sadie, Nipsey Hussle, Tupac, Michael Jackson, Prince. And why am I naming all the people that have passed? Because it wouldn't make sense. Well, I did name a few people that are still alive. I did name Kanye, Cat Williams, because this is your divine purpose. You can't escape it. Just like people are not going to escape God's wrath. Just like people are not going to escape their karma. And God has put me into this position to help people, to help themselves, to awaken to their God selves. This is the time. We are in the womb of Tiamat, which is Mother Earth. We are in her womb. We are in her belly. And she is about to purge. And when I say she's about to purge, she is about to birth us into the beings that we were truly meant to be, that was taken away from us. So, whatever you are dreaming, just like the grandmother, the great mother, is about to purge and push it out, you're about to purge and you're about to push it out. And one thing that is a dichotomy, for most of us psychics is that we always can feel when something is about to happen. But sometimes we're not always privileged to or privy to exactly what that is. Oh my God, that is something that is so annoying. But what can I do? I remember before CV-19 hit, I didn't know what to call it. So I ended up calling it, I don't even want this video to be fact, so I'm not even going to say what I called it. But I basically talked about the lockdown. And I said it was going to come within 2 weeks of that video because I channeled my friend Jake. Okay. And he told me and Amanda. He told us about the blockouts that was going to happen before it happened and everything. We, I just been connected. I've always been connected to the other room. And as short as the day was long, exactly 2 weeks later, we went on lockdown. I was trying to get to Africa so I could get married. I got engaged during that period of the pandemic. And it was crazy because I'm like, why would I say I would marry somebody that lived clear across the other part of the world and they're forcing people to take, the sick. And I knew I wasn't gonna take it. And they were saying that you had to have it before you could travel. Well, I didn't, and I traveled without it. And I found out that the borders were closed, and I channeled Michael. I'm like, what do I need to do to get across these seas so I can go marry him? And I found out they were using high occult magic against us. So Michael gave me information on how I could do to lift it. Because I already have been, well, I started off doing high occult magic because I had high occult magic put on me when I was in religion. And this is my story. This is my truth. I don't care about what anybody else's illusion is about what happened to me. I know why I got into doing magic. I know what happened to me to get me there. I had to remove warlock magic. This was not just a man did this to me. A male witch made it to where I could not have a productive pregnancy by my last husband. Okay? And it was initiated by my mother-in-law. I don't care what nobody says. I know because I've been told by 3 different psychics who have no whereabouts of knowing or having any affiliation with one another. And two were black and one was white. Matter of fact, she I don't even want to call her. She was Greek. She was my earth angel. She still is my earth angel, and I miss her so much. But long story short, Archangel Michael is the one that helped me to remove it, and from there, I've just been doing high occult magic. I've never. I'm not saying I've never done a spell from a book. I'm not going to go that far, but I'm just saying I never needed it. I never needed to use any spell books, and I got plenty of them, more than what I can possibly count. To be honest, okay. But rest assured, that's when I knew that I had to really become unmovable, okay, and unbothered. because I had a mission. See, sometimes we think, oh, I'm a Christian. God's going to automatically protect me. No. Sometimes God allows you to go and to endure even the most harsh atrocity. He allowed for Daniel and his Hebrew friends to be in a fiery furnace. Daniel wasn't put in that furnace by himself. He had Hebrew friends that refused to eat of the meat and the things that did not promote health from the Pharaoh's table. Daniel and his companions, and they were basically vegetarians, or we would say plant-based, okay, in modern times. Some of you may be going through a story like that right now, where you're being persecuted because you are living a different life or a different lifestyle than those that are around you. And that's okay because things get better. Some of them don't last always. But my message to you in the here and the now is don't lose sight of your dream. Keep your dream before you day and night. Meditate, connect with God day and night. That's it. You don't have to do it midday too, because the only person that can help you bring those dreams into fruition is God. God can open up the doors that are closed. God can put you in rooms with people of authority and influence. God can open up doors that no man can open and shut doors that no man close. This is why it's so important. I don't care how enlightened you become, you'll never know more than God. You'll never outknow what God knows. And this is why I try to stay away and steer away from people that have a God complex to the point where they think that they're so high that they're God and that's it and that's all. Oh, so you created the cosmos and the heavens and all that shit. Let's be for real, people. There is a higher power that is greater than you. But that higher power is so loving that it's unformidable for you not to use that power that has been given to you. And this is the whole purpose of why I established the Divine Matrix class with the help of God. Today is the second day. We got a lot of important things that we got to get through. So, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to log off from here. Thank you so much. It's been a good forum. It's been real. It's been a good, not format. It's been a good space to hold with you. Now, it is a good format to like, share, comment, subscribe. Leave a love donation if you feel inclined to. Sign up for my Divine Matrix class if you think that you're bad and you're ready for that. And if not, we'll see you on the other side. Namaste.